Hey guys, Booligan here with Booligan Shooting Sports. Today, I've done the impossible. I've done the thing I said I probably would never do. I now have a Glock. I don't like Glocks. I generally don't like the way that they feel. I think that they are very boring Tupperware guns, and they're just not the thing for me. Until I had an idea. I love ridiculously long pistols. They are kind of one of my favorite things in the world. And in the Glock's case, that would be the Glock 17L. Bigger than the 19, bigger than the 17, bigger than the 34, the 17L. This has over a 6-inch barrel on it. The problem being, the 17L uses a normal Glock frame, a Glock 17 frame, where it stops like right about here, and then it just has the front extended with the normal recoil spring housing. It's just extended and it looks not very good. And I don't like the rail on the bottom of Glocks. So I designed something. I took the Print Your 2A Glock 69 model, which the Glock 69 from PY2A is realistically the Glock needs to be making. It's a 19 length grip, which of all Glock grips, that is my favorite. I love that it is compact, fits your hand. I love that little bit of magazine there and the angle. I love the look and the feel of the 19. And it has the 17 frame length. So 17 length dust cover, 17 locking lugs, and it uses a 17 slide. There are some internal differences between the 17 and the 19. It's not just, you can't just slap a 17 slide on a 19 frame. So that gave me a nice place to start. But I'm me and I have to be a little bit ridiculous. So what I did is I remixed the file. I got rid of the front rail, the normal 17 style front rail, and I extended the front end to be this slick, blocky, sort of fits the profile, just a little bit thicker profile of the 17L barrel and slide. Now, when I built this, I did not have a 17L slide yet. So the profile, you can see, is a little bit different between the slide and the frame, and I'll revise that as we move forward with this. But this is actually a Glock that interests me. It is absolutely ridiculous. However, it actually fits your hands really well. The 19 grip is very comfortable. This slick front end, I think, is great. I'm not mounting a light on this, even though, as some people have said on Instagram, I can mount a TLR9 on here, and it would still probably come short of the front of the barrel. But that's not what this gun is about. This is not a clear the house, bump in the night, super tactical pistol. This thing is designed just to be accurate at the range with the super long sight radius, and actually should be a pretty accurate barrel. This thing really should be just an absolute joy to shoot. So that's sort of the general idea of why I did this. Let's take a look at some of the actual specifics of this one. This is printed in a matte blue PLA. It's an Overture PLA. Now, PLA on Glock frames, it's really sort of dependent on which rail system you're going to use. The rails, if you don't know, are what mounts the slide to the frame. There are some files that will use polymer 80 style rails. There are some that will use custom rails. This uses, because it's a PY2A, a Print Your 2A frame original design before I remixed it. This uses their rails. Their rails are made of steel. They drop in and they use a 3-pin design. So you need to purchase a locking block in addition to the rails. And the rails are inexpensive. It's like $20 for steel rails. I think they also have templates downloaded so that downloadable so that you can just do your own. But it's pretty easy to install. They're really solid rails, and while I have not taken this to the range yet, that obviously is going to be another video, I was able to, it cycles just fine, good press checks on there. The trigger on it is fantastic. If I empty, it's just works really, really well. Where I got the designs and stuff like this, so after I did the general framework, I then wanted to trick it out a little bit, obviously, to make it more comfortable for me. So I added a groove there for my off-shooting thumb. On a later file that I have not printed the frame on, there's a matching one on this side too, as an index point for your finger when you are not actually shooting it. I came up with this stipple pattern, which I've started doing this kind of Booligan Custom Gunworks logo. I've started adding this to my printed guns, and I added inspired by the 2 triangles on the logo, I added that similar design as a stippling pattern, and it's actually really quite nice. It's just enough to add just a little bit of extra grip to it and a nice reference point when you are holding the gun. There's matching on the other side, obviously. So I started putting together the file. I started tweaking it and getting it designed how I liked. I was using CAD files from a G17L from GrabACAD, of all places. That's a great resource, guys. If you're doing any design work, sign up for GrabACAD. It's free, and they have a lot of models, especially a lot of gun models that you can sort of base this stuff off of. I posted a want to buy ad for either a Glock 34 or a Glock 17L slide and barrel. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to source out a 17L slide and barrel because they are pretty hard to come by. But I posted that on gun accessories for sale on Reddit, and actually had a very nice gentleman who pulled together almost a complete package for me with the slide barrel. The slide was complete. It's got these ZEV fiber optic sights. He included a lower parts kit that's actually a really nice lower parts kit. It's got an extended slide release and an aluminum adjustable trigger. I believe it's from Black Rifle Tactical or something like that. And everything fit pretty well. I had to do just a little bit of smoothing and a little bit of shaping on the frame, and I polished the trigger a little bit at the rear so that it would fit nicely and operate very smoothly. And then the only other parts I needed to do to complete this build was the locking block, which is in this case a Lone Wolf locking block from eBay, and then the rails from Printer 2A. A gentleman never talks price, but in general, I am in this gun for a fair bit less than what a stock Glock 17, not even a 17L. 17Ls right now are going for almost $1,000 and up on Gunbroker. So I am in this, less than what a normal factory 17 cost. And frankly, I've got better components across the whole thing. So it's currently fitted with a Magpul 15 round mag, but really that's what you guys want to see. This thing is finally a Glock that actually looks appropriate with a 30 round extended magazine in it. I can take great comfort in knowing that if I ever run out of ammo, I can just boomerang this thing and most likely take out whatever target I'm shooting. It's just too much fun. So yeah, the files for this will be available. I'm going to talk to Printer 2A. I'm going to see if they want to carry this on their website as a remixed file, either with or without, probably without the stippling pattern and the Booligan Custom Gunworks logo, but just to see if anybody else wants to build something similar to this. So the files will most likely be through them. Otherwise, in the meantime, this file in several of its forms will be available for download to my patrons on Patreon at the, I think it's the second tier level, where you get access to CAD files that are otherwise unreleased. So you guys will have access to that pretty much at the time of this video now, and otherwise it may be released later on in time, but that's just sort of a nice little exclusive thing for patrons of the channel. I want to thank you guys, obviously, for watching. Thank you guys for sticking with the channel, even when I do really ridiculous things like this. And, you know, again, with your guys' support is how I'm able to do ridiculous things like this. So many thanks to you guys for watching, for subscribing, for clicking likes and commenting. I like to engage with you guys in the comment section. And as I like to say sometimes, fire up the printer, please don't commit any felonies, and thanks for watching.